welcome to group break number 620. We're doing another inner case of Engrained icons. Here are the teams. We did this a bit of a different style. It was a $1 start auction pick your team, so a lot of fun. Yeah, hopefully we pull some cool stuff like we did yesterday. All right, here we go. Let's hope for another nameplate, because that was pretty sick. And we don't have any stuck boxes. Good luck, everyone. As always, hopefully we can pull something for everybody. Again, my dream one day is that there's a product that's so good that everyone that joins gets something cool, or like something at least, fun and unique. Because you're like, yeah, if it doesn't have the most value, that's one thing. But if it's at least a cool card, makes up for it. Here we go, box one. I'm just going to shuffle around my sleeves and top loaders so they're a little bit more accessible. And make sure they're all facing the same way so I don't get confused. I think I put all these sleeves in upside down. Did I? Yes, I did. Look, I'm smart sometimes. Catch my mistakes before too far into them. All right, here we go. Box one. What are we hoping for? Obviously another stick nameplate. I'd like some chronology updates. I miss chronology. I think that was a really cool product. I like how it kind of combined the past and the present. There we go. No carved in time here. Essentially just decoy if you get a carved in, or no decoy if you get a carved in time. All right, starting things off. Again, all the base ships from this too, because it's premium base. Medano and Tiger Williams with a Pierre Turgeon for the Sabres to 199. First autograph to 5, Jocelyn Lemieux for Chicago on the Rosewood autograph to 5. And Mike Johnson. That's a fun one for the Yotes, aka the Winnipeg Jets in this, because nice Lemieux to 5. I love that most of the autographs are pretty sick. And then Glenn Wesley for the Hurricanes on the Cuts of the Class stick. Not numbered, but Bayou, let's go. Got your Hurricane. I don't know why I'm sleeping in top, putting that on display. Don't get me wrong, I like Mike Johnson, but is that a stand-worthy card? Probably not. Nice chunk of stick there. Looks like another Easton Synergy, potentially. But maybe not, actually. Maybe a Coho? I don't know. Can't tell. That's before I started playing, at least with more familiar sticks, so. Could you imagine if they had redemptions for, like, full sticks in this? Here we go. Simmer for the Kings, Dion for the Kings, Glenn Healy. One of the big reasons why we have an NHL alumni foundation. 299 for the Islanders. Eric Daze to 49 for Chicago. Daze. That is, I don't know what they did with the. Oh, that's a cool autograph. Oops, sorry, I gotta go on this side. Chicago getting 2 parallels. Nice autograph under here, too. I mean, again, hockey history autograph. Clint Malarchuk for Quebec, a.k.a. the Colorado Avalanche. Not too often you see Malarchuk autographs. And, oh, these are cool. For the Minnesota North Stars, a.k.a. the Dallas Stars, highlight tapes signature to 10 of Brian Bellows. These are really cool. Fire, you shouldn't have been napping. That's your fault. Nice Malarchuk. That's a fun box. That's a fun box. Yeah, I like those highlight tapes. They're pretty cool. The only thing I would have been like, again, this is being very nitpicky. If that would have been like acetate with like the tape beneath that, that would have been sick. But it still looks really cool. It definitely nails that old school vibe that they were going for. So I like those. Here we go. Next box. This definitely feels like an in-the-game product just with licensing to me. Which is not a bad thing. It's honestly a compliment. Housley for the Sabres. Healy, again. Serge Savard to 75 for the Habs. And Wayne Cashman to 15 for the Bruins. Cashman for the Bruins to 15. That's sick. Nice gold ink there, too. Chicago fan, I've been on for like a month. Paul Cavallini for the Blues beneath that. Nice Cashman on the gold ink, though. That's cool. It's just on Pat Leaf, so. Paul Cavallini. And then Ed Ronan on the cuts of the class for the Habs. There's definitely some... Oh, okay. Yeah, I wish they were a little bit pickier over the, like, other stuff. Oh, yeah, the quality of autographs in terms of, like, taking their time. I'm going to guess, like, 250. There we go. 300. Nice. Sorry, Lizard. It's a good thing it's only, what, 230? 240. Oh, man. Guy Lapointe, Rick Middleton, Gary Roberts is 75 for the Flames. Frank Mahovlich for the Leafs. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. With a Terry Karkner for the Flyers behind it. Nice Frank. Yeah, whatever they used for the finish on these cards for the autographs is definitely wasn't the best things. But Terry Karkner, and for the Blues, Scott Pellerin on the signature shots. That's one subset I wish they were a little bit pickier with the names, was the signature shots. Because to me, that's like a premium card. I want it to be like the premium guys. Oh yeah, nice to see you again too. So, but Scott Pellerin for the Blues. Because yeah, to me, like, and just being nitpicky here, but I would rather see like this be a darker color, and then like, I don't know, like a darker. Honestly, black Sharpie on this would have made looked better, I think, at least. But that's me. And then just a stricter checklist. Not interested in buying at the moment, unfortunately. So, but he's having an insane year right now. So, all right, well, we get our first card in time. Nope. Brian Leach, Dave Taylor, Rangers Kings. Patrick Waugh for the Habs to 75. And Tim Hunter for the Flames to 49 on the first autograph. With a John Shabbat for the Red Wings on the second one. And cuts of the class triple for the Habs. Guy Carbonneau, Claude Lemieux, and Matthew Schneider. Man, we have pulled a lot of Matthew Schneider sticks to 25. I like the, 3 very different sticks there. That's pretty cool. The Lemieux can probably sit down. Let's leave up the Shabbat. And let's leave up the Tim Hunter. Tim Hunter's not the worst one to get. Yeah, this finish that they used just didn't lend itself well to autographs. All right. Next box here, halfway through. Some fun stuff so far. But I want to see something bigger. I want to see something bigger. Stevie Y for the Red Wings. Chris Chelios for the Habs. Serge Savard to 75 for the Habs. Bob Kelly for the Flyers on the first autograph. A 101 nameplate would be pretty sick again. Doug Crossman also for the Flyers. And Pavel Datsyuk stick for the Red Wings. All right, all right. I'll take a Datsyuk stick. That thing has lightsabered people. You know that stick's been used in an And One mixtape somewhere. Oop, as we throw Frank. That's why we're sleeving and top loading everything. Nice Datsyuk stick. You got three colors on it too, which it's not just like the shaven sticks. I hate when it's just like that stick, especially for modern players. Is like, come on, you can do better than that. Somewhere I almost wish they would like get them to sign it too, because it looks plain, but like the plain sticks. Can you stick with blood from my stick? Yeah. Habs are getting a lot of base cards here. Jacques Plante, Rick Vive for the Leafs, Peter Stastny for the Quebec Nordiques, aka the Colorado Avalanche, Bobby Carpenter for the Capitals on the autograph, Scott Arniel for the Jets. That's a nice signature there. And Bobby Hall to 49 for Chicago on the cuts of the class. All right. Nice Arniel. Fire Lizard, it's 21-22 through 24 or 25-26 series 1 with no all hobby except 21-22 extended is retail, and there's no 23-24 series 1 hobby because don't have much of that. Yeah, still minimum Edmonton for autographs. I'm always saying we need jock straps. Look, if we're getting equipment bags, give me jock straps. The real scratch and sniff cards. All right. There's our first carving time. And a signature shot on the back. Luc Robitaille for the Kings. Adam Oates for the Bruins. Carved in time of Bobby Clark for the Flyers. Dustin Brown, who has the ugliest statue for the Kings. Shane Knighty for the Senators. And Phil Russell for Chicago. The red ink looks cool on the signature shots. Yeah, like honestly, I feel like you almost don't want to see a signature shots because most of them seem to be not the best players. Yeah, it's one of those weird cases so far where it's the same team's just hidden. Yeah, Derek Dorsett's great. I love these wood cards, man. They're so cool. Always going to be a fan. All right. 2 boxes to go. Yeah, that's one of my problems with the signature shots is that, like, most of the time, like, the names are just eh. I don't like Derek Dorsett from his Medicine Hat Tiger days because he is a annoying player. Brendan Moore for the Hurricanes, Willie O'Ree, Paul Coffey for the Oilers to 199. Matthew, man, we have pulled so much Matthew Schneider for the Habs. Joel Otto for the Flames, that's a cool one. And Brendan Shanahan on the highlight tapes. Not signed to 10 for the Red Wings. Man, same team's hitting. All right, let's see some different teams here for the final box. I mean, this product booze from it's a collector's product. Value wise, it's not gonna be the best, but it's a collector product. We'll put it that way. It's also funny because decoy products used to be the products that you wanted to get the most. All right, final one here. Yeah, original 6 is always good. Buffalo's normally solid. Flyers are normally somewhat decent. So, let's see if we can end on something sick. Neuendijk for the Flames. Belfour for the Stars. Bob Nystrom for the Islanders. Patrick Sharp for Chicago. J.P. Dumont for the Predators. Coming in at the last minute. And for the Habs, signature shots of Josh Georges. Yeah, man, like, Vancouver didn't get anything. That was very weird. I don't think they got nothing. They were normally like they've been really solid. At least for us. But, yeah. I mean, to be fair, the signature shots are at least manufactured, so. Yeah, that was a case. Not as good as our one yesterday. Not even close, I would say, but, you know. It still went for a lot cheaper than what it should have been, so. When I was just like, yeah, it didn't sell well. Or like it didn't break well. But for the most part, I think most teams were good. Not a good deal, but like better than what, average. So, all right, recap time here. Some of the stick pieces here are Clark Carved in Time, Bobby Hall, cut to the class 49, Ed Ronan, Glenn Wesley. Let's go into the autographs here. So George's signature shots, Sharp autograph, JP Dumont, Matthew Schneider. God, this guy really Joel Otto really likes to just go flying. Phil Russell, Dustin Brown, Shane Knighty, Bob Kelly, Scott Arneal. This one has a different finish, eh? It's just like a slightly different color. Bobby Carpenter, Doug Crossman. Jocelyn Muta is pretty cool. Tim Hunter, John Shabbat, Scott Pellerin on the signature sharks. Karkner, Cavallini. The Clint Malarchuk autographs is cool. Eric Daze and Mike Johnson. But yeah, that's interesting that a couple of these are just like slightly just different. The orange came through a little bit more. I wonder, they're probably printed in the same place, but is the back the same? I'm just curious. Actually, I feel like even the back is a little bit different. Like, this back is actually, it's almost like they use the back on the front and then the front on the back type of thing. But, yeah. And top hits, the Shanahan highlight tapes, the Datsu cuts of the class, Cashman to 15 on the autograph, Mahavlich auto, triple stick for the Habs. The Avs got the Clint, which is Ketchup Man. And Brian Bellows. I think we'll call this the hit of the break. The highlight tapes. These are really cool. I like those. But yeah, like, signature shots is a card that you want to avoid because I don't think we've pulled a good one yet.